Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We are headed to a course today, a fun one for you. We're going to play some of the most epic mountain golf in the greater Vancouver area, but it is the most challenging course I've ever played. We are here, Northlands Golf Club in Vancouver, North Vancouver. Beautiful. We basically have the course to ourselves today. Like, we didn't even have a tee time, we just showed up. Obviously it's raining. I'm weird, I like rain golf. It doesn't bother me. Like, I grew up playing sports that you play during the rain, like rugby and soccer and stuff like that. So this doesn't really faze me. So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna play, like I said, very challenging looking course. You can see just these first two holes here, what I was talking about. Like, that is a straight uphill coming up here to the 18th. This one is down, sweeping dogleg right with water, trouble right. Like, it's definitely going to be a challenge of the game today, which I'm very excited about. So let's just get out there. We're gonna hit the first tee shot and let's get this rolling. All right, well, solid first tee shot there. Hit a nice little high draw center of this fairway, which is an intimidating fairway to hit. So good start to the day so far. So let me know in the comments below, guys. I really, like, I'm making these kind of course vlogs in the way I am, which is just like, it's literally just an 18-hole course vlog. Like, I have some ideas for like some more challenge-based stuff, and obviously we're gonna have some collaborations coming up, which is gonna be fun. But I just personally, I always really enjoyed watching like the Rick Shields break 75 or Garrett trying to break 65, like just a straight up one-man on course vlogs. And like, they're chill, they're relaxing, they're easy to watch, you know. I don't know, personally I enjoyed watching those, so that's why I'm kind of just like, all right, I'm just gonna film my rounds of golf now and just try to keep it chill. So I mean, obviously you guys, your support has been insane, but you know, if you have any ideas for the content, or you know, just let me know if you are enjoying this stuff. But anyway, we are here, center of the fairway here. Machine says the cart says we got about 150 to the center, so probably just gonna hit a little, maybe 8-iron. It's uphill, it's cold, something like that. You can hear it. That's the sound of the fairway right now. That was a very rude lesson, and I'm gonna have to hit the ball immaculately clean all day. Otherwise, every shot is gonna be super fat like that one. You catch a little bit of grass, you catch all the grass. That was tough. All right, this is a tricky one. We're probably about like 30 yards short, but obviously super uphill, but the green's also running away. Definitely a really bad place to leave ourselves. It was not intentional. I'm debating between trying to hit a big flop shot or just playing it safe and kind of just chipping one up for, you know, 2-putt. I kind of think for the first hole of the day, no warm-up, that's what I'm gonna do. Just play it safe. But we're up there. We're up there. Probably a long putt, but we're up there. Tell you what, we will take a bogey from there all day long. I was really nervous because this is the first round I've played since the last round you guys saw, which was when I played on those temporary greens with the big, you know, watermelon size holes. So I was real nervous about like speed control and stuff. And honestly, when that came off the face, I thought I hit it a little hot, but no, came out well, worked out. Today is definitely a day of just like avoiding misses. Like, you can have some big misses on this course that can put you in a really bad spot. So this hole is a good example. It's only a 340 yard par 4 or something like that. Yeah, 340 it says. It's positional. Like, I'm just gonna hit an iron off the tee, leave myself hopefully a wedge in. Like, yeah, you really only have to hit it like 200, 210 off the tee. And then, but it's a huge dog leg to the right. It's a very trap green with trouble all around the back. So we're gonna try and give ourselves a good look at it and hopefully strike an iron clean today. Definitely put ourselves in position A off the tee there. That was a good smooth strike with 2-iron, just kind of setting, or 4-iron, sorry, just setting ourselves up with a little, hopefully a wedge in. The bottleneck today, I think, is going to be my hands, folks. My hands already 1.5 holes in are frozen. And it's not even that cold. Like the last 2 rounds we've played were colder than this, but I think it's because it's raining. It's just damp and wet. And like these, I've gotten questions about. These are tailor-made rain gloves. My wife got them for me for Christmas, and I love them. They work really well in terms of gripping the club, but they really don't do much for keeping your hands overly warm. They do a little bit, but not too much. Anyway, second shot coming up here. Try to stick one close. But we should be on there. This pitching wedge is the last of the clubs. I didn't actually show you this last time. Look at this thing. This is the last of my thrift store clubs because I lost the pitching wedge from my Titleist DC whatever irons. I had to go and just like pick one up from Value Village, and that was literally, this is what I got. And I don't know what's different about it. I hit it the same as I hit my Kirkland wedges, and almost every single time it just comes out a little bit dead right. But then as soon as I start trusting that it's going to do that, it ends up going straight. So I always just kind of aim in a position where like if it comes out dead right, it's safe, which is what we did here. Obviously you can see we're just on, we're about pin, a little over pin high, center of the green. Pins kind of tucked that front left position. So we left ourselves in a good position to putt, but anyway, weird club. Tell you what, my fear, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but my fear about the speed putting after putting on those fairways at university, I'm not too worried at this point. All right, 1 over after 2. Not a bad strike there, just tugged it a little bit, kind of shut the face, I think. And maybe hit across it. It definitely drew a little bit, but okay, we should have either a chip or a long putt. Can't really tell. This course can beat you up. We missed left, it rolled into that bunker. I don't know if the sand being like overly wet makes a difference, but it must, because it felt super heavy. Like I tried to splash that out and you saw it went like nowhere. So I had a massive putt, massive breaking putt. You'll see the green complexes here are pretty treacherous, especially on this next hole here, this uphill par 5. The green is insane. There's like 4 different tiers. They're all sloping. So you really have to put yourself in good position. So like that's the example, a double bogey on a par 3. Like this is going to be a little bit different than the last couple of videos. We're going to be fighting for pars here, but you know what? There are some good holes coming up, and I definitely think I'm playing well right now. My putting's good. You know, my ball striking is kind of coming together. So hopefully we can hit a good drive on this next one. Got about like 265 or so to the green from here. Number 1 handicap hole on the course. This one, we're just basically trying to get something within a wedge. We're probably not going to get it there. It's very uphill, obviously cold, rainy. It's not going to go that far, but we're hitting hybrid anyways. Just trying to get as close as we can. By the way, mountains, trees, it's nice, eh? Okay, so we definitely did what we wanted here. We left ourselves about 90 yards to the pin, so we should have just a nice little flip wedge in. This green though, you can see completely protected. Like that's the front, but the pin's way back there, but there's like 3 tiers there. It falls off far to the right. Left is kind of, I mean, that looks dead, but it's really not that bad. It's playable, but you don't want to go long either. So well, that is without a doubt the best approach shot I've ever hit into this green. All right, number 1, this flag stick. I'm 6'1". That's how tall it is. Because this green, you can see tier there, and it just slopes and walls all the way down. So the fact that we got up here is huge, because usually this putt is way harder. We actually have a birdie chance. Hardest hole in the course. Literally never walk out of here with anything less than like a bogey. I think I've parked this hole like maybe once. So this would be huge. Oh, babied it. Definitely didn't see it breaking that hard, but I saw it breaking, but I just babied it. I did not hit that thing hard enough. Oh well. All right, before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give a big shout out to one of the big supporters of the channel so far. Friends over at Birdie Supply Co. You guys see me playing their golf balls here. The biggest thing I love from these guys is this towel. The magnetic towel sticks right onto the cart, right onto your clubs. Super, super handy. I'm also playing their tees today. Honestly, like these products for me, an average golfer, which is their target demographic, they're great. You know, like they're a middle of the pack ball. It's not some crazy performance ball, but it's also not like a super rock that you're getting like a top flight. Very well priced, and I love their towels. So I'll link down below, check them out. So I told them that I was going to be doing this activation for them, and they actually wanted to do something for you guys if you wanted to try out the products, because I love their towels so much. If you go to their site right now, link down below, and you put a towel in your cart, you can add a set of the 3-piece golf balls to your cart. So you're gonna get a pack of 12 golf balls, and they're gonna give it to you completely for free. All you do is put my name in the discount code section, just put Nate in there, and it's gonna wipe out the cost of the balls. So you can order yourself a towel, try it out. The towel is great, I know you're gonna love it, and then you can try the balls out too. If they're for you, great, you can get more later maybe, and if not, whatever, you got free balls. But if you order the towel and use my code Nate, you're gonna get a pack of free balls to try out. So that's kind of awesome. So be sure to check them out, guys. All right, back to the video. Par 4 here, guys. Pretty straight away, but huge amounts of trouble on both sides. Ball is completely dead on both sides, so you really need to hit a straight one here. So let's hope that drive still stays good. All right, bad swing there, folks. I always, when I get nervous of hitting it right, I tend to overcompensate, shutting the face, kind of sweeping motion, and that always creates that duck hook left. We're okay. Like, I didn't hit it very well, so it didn't go very far. It's just on top of that hill over there on the left, but it's gonna be like a punch out. I'm not gonna have much of a shot at the green, I don't think, but. Okay, so here we are, top of the hill. This is what we're talking about here. We got trees left. Luckily, because of this hill, typically if you hit a runner, it stops, but right is just a drop off, and you can see the fairway is really narrow. The green up there has a fall off to the right, fall off to the back. Like, this is where this course really starts getting tough. All right, we only have about 200 yards to the flag, but there's an overhanging tree here, and honestly, because of all the trouble, when I have to aim kind of out to the right on this course, I never go for it, because there's just so much risk of dropping down in that right side and being gone. So honestly, it sounds crazy, but we're just going to play on kind of towards the front and leave ourselves a chip at a pretty attackable pin. So we did exactly what we wanted here. We left ourselves about 55 yards to the center, pins at the center. It's a pretty safe little approach shot as long as you strike the ball well. But I'm borderline going to say that we got some casual water, I think is the name of that, where it's like actually just like those, there's 3 divots there and they're all filled, like puddled with water. So, I mean, this is just going to explode all over me. That's what she said. That, ladies and gentlemen, don't take that. All right, this hole is super tempting because it's drivable, super drivable. It's downhill, it's maybe about 300 yards, but there's this bunker here, which is tough to cover. It's like 210 or so to cover, maybe 205. So hitting an iron, it's kind of tough to get over it. And if you don't, you have a blind shot in, but obviously it's just trees all around. So it's super narrow with the driver. But this is YouTube, and I've been hitting the driver pretty well, so we're gonna hit it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I think we did it. 100%. That's on the green. That is the best drive I've ever hit on this freaking hole. Let's go. And it's so funny. Like, everyone always says it's like golf's a weird game. It's like it gets you down and gets you up and gets you down and gets you up. But like literally playing on camera with you guys, it is, I don't know, it's the strangest thing. Like the last 2 rounds we played, the first 2 rounds, I played amazing. Like, amazing. And this round has started slow. I'm 4 over through 5 or something like that, but at the same time, like, I'm playing well. Like, you hit shots, like, I don't even know. I'm without words. Let's just go see what that ball ended up. All right, just about maybe 7 yards short of driving the green on this one. Very, very happy. Someone was in a bad mood setting the pins this morning. Look how close that is to the edge. Tucked in a little corner. You go for that. Glad I didn't lay up. You go for that. That's a lot of trouble. Not bad. Little low spinner. Not necessarily saying that's what I meant to do, but it's what happened. It worked out. Definitely a tough look to not be walking out of this one with a birdie, but from where that chip was, which was like I was doing a baseball swing, to where the pin is, the up and down, I'm kind of happy with. I mean, it wasn't an up and down, I guess, because I missed the putt. But you get what I'm saying. The par, I'll take it. It's whatever. I'm just happy with that drive. Okay, well, once again, stunning visuals. You can see behind me. Trees, forest, mountains, beautiful. But danger, 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 danger. So we're taking the 4-iron on this one. It's like less inviting than the last one. These are probably the two, I think probably the two tightest holes in the course. Number 10 is pretty tight too. But this one, there really is no advantage to Hayden driver because you just reach a ridge up there that like 9 times out of 10 I hit. I haven't played this course 10 times, but I'll hit 90% of the time, and then you're just dead, and you have like a massive ridge right in front of you. So it's actually better for me, at least, to play this one a little short because I can't hit it over it, and then a little longer of an approach shot. But again, this is hopefully a center of the green 2-putt par hole. That would be perfect. A weird action on that one. I kind of came around it and I hit a little draw, which is, I never hit a draw with this club, but I mean, it's okay. It's good angle in, but a little weird. Hurt my hands. That's the rock I was talking about there. Every time I drive, I land just short of that, and then it's just you're chipping up over it like a sand shot. As laying up typically goes, I've left myself in sort of just as bad a position. Not so much because I have enough clearance here, I think, to get this 5-iron up, which is what I need to get it on the green. Right is falling off a cliff, completely dead. Left is in the trees. Again, this is another very tight, targety golf type hole. So we're just gonna try to hit a straight 7-iron up over this hill. It's obviously a blind shot, but I know if I just go straight over it, the green's there. So fingers crossed. Right at it. I've been striking this 5-iron in these videos like nothing, nobody's business. It's like my best club in the bag right now. Which is funny because it's the same as all the others, but I like it. Okay, we came up short, but like just over the ridge on the front, so we got a little chip up. We're gonna try and get this one up and down for the par. Actually clipped that chip really, really well. It just checked into the green just a little too early. There's like a ridge that it hit. They're trying to get it over, and it had a good amount of spin on it, so it stopped and left us with that mammoth putt. But anyway, whatever. Chalk it up. Out of those 2 holes, coming out 1 over on those 2, for me, huge. A very par 3 heavy course here. Well, there's 5. It's not too heavy, but we got another par 3 here, but they are all very similar. They're all this massive downhill with greens over the back that are just dead. So we're gonna play, it's a back pin. We're gonna play for center of the green here. Hopefully hit a clean one. Oh yeah. Either them. Worked out well. Hitched at the top there. Spun back. Pin high. As soon as it came off the club, it snapped. It hit something. Snap, 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 snap. Rolled that one. Little par 4. Hit a nice. I've been hitting some good draws from my driver today. I think I covered the second bunker here, so we should have a short one in. All right, without a doubt, the best drive I've ever hit on maybe in my life, but definitely on this hole here. I've never had just a gap wedge in on this one, so I think I got a good kick off one of the ridges here, but got a hold of that one. So we got about 100 yards to the center here, so we're just gonna play a soft one. We got another instance of some casual water we're hitting into. I don't know if that changes the shot at all, but it gets in my head a little bit. So I'm gonna try to stay normal, not get too shallow on this one, and hit it low like the last. Well, that went from the best drive ever to a straight hosel rocket into the trees over there. That was a shank, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first shank on the channel. Listen, a bogey from 80 yards out in the fairway after that drive it's a tough pill to swallow. Another one, but you know what, honestly, we definitely don't have our best stuff today, but that's kind of what I wanted. Like, I'm a normal golfer. I'm very much an average golfer. Like you guys know, I started a year and a half ago, and I've fallen in love with this game. And I think an important thing to document on this channel is also the fact that golf is a game of up and downs, and I definitely am not playing my best today. I knew that this was going to be a tough challenge because this is the hardest course I've ever played in my life. And every time I play here, I always shoot a higher score. But it's also something that I wanted to be real with you guys on. I'm not going to try to hide any of it. So it's tough. It gets to me, especially being on camera. It definitely feels maybe like there's a bit more pressure. But I also know you guys don't care, and you're here for, you know, to support and come along for the journey. And we're getting better, and we're really trying. And, you know, I'm excited for the journey of being able to, you know, improve the game. And we can definitely shoot good scores at a lot of courses. It's just this one's a tough one, but we're sticking to it. 9 down. I score on top. I think I'm 5 over after 9, something like that. Dial it back in. The back 9 I genuinely am way more comfortable with. It's, in my opinion, a lot easier. So hopefully we can either shoot out even or come close, maybe even take 1 or 2 off the cart. I'd love to finish under 80. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'd love to see it. Look at this. Speaking of which, who cares how bad my golf is right now? Look at this. Holy crap. Ladies and gentlemen, another really neat little hole here. Complete downhill to an island green. The fairway is all moguls. Like, it's side sloping, left, right, you'll see when we get up there. An iron down the center. We're gonna run a little bit. It's wet, so it's not gonna run much. It'll still run a little bit, and we should have like a 9 iron or a wedge into the screen. Accuracy on the screen and this approach shot is paramount. So hopefully we can strike them well. You can probably see what I'm talking about here. It's just like all sloped moguls, and then you got that island green with water all around it. We're down there in the fairway, right there. Pretty good position. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 116 to the center. We got a back pin. We're just gonna play for that kind of mid number. We just want to get it on this green. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're right by a drain in the course, and so basically where all the water pools. Once again, we're just basically hitting out of a puddle. But yeah, let's try to not hit it in the water up there, hitting it out of the water from here. That'll be safe. Yep. On and safe, on and safe. I'd really like to drop in a birdie or 2 on the back here. It's probably a big ask to do it with this putt, which is like maybe 15 to 20 feet, but I'm feeling good about it. So let's see. By the way, the weather right now. Oh. I was sure I made that. And I thought to myself halfway through the roll, I'm like, if I say all that on camera and then make the putt, it almost makes it look too good to be true. So I'm a little bit glad I missed it, but I really wanted that one. And you can't shoot even par on the back 9 without parring the first. So we parred it, and we are coming up to another one of those holes that may just take your breath away a little bit. Look at that. All right, definitely an inviting par 4 off the tee here. This is very much like that one hole at University where it's just like that alley that you want to drive it down. Same thing. Try to hit a nice little high draw again. Leave yourself the short one in. Woo. Some days you just got it, man. And with the driver today, All right, so 100 yards out, split the fairway. That's great. You think I'd be stoked, and I am. But our wedges haven't exactly been consistent today, and this green gives me nightmares because it's super this way long, but front to back like this. So you have to hit a really tight shot. So 100 yards, middle flag. See what we can do. Yeah. I didn't want to freak out because there was a group right behind me there, or not behind me, but on the other hole adjacent. And, you know, it's pretty empty here today, so they'd definitely be looking at me if I started screaming there. Let's go! Let's go! Huge birdie breaker putt. That was one of those ones where you just like, especially for like a golfer like me and probably like most of you guys, you hit it and you just kind of like watch it go in the hole and you're just kind of like, how did I make this little ball go all the way that far and like turn down these hills? It was downhill, it was right to or left to right, and then just end up in this cup. Like how? All right, little 164 yard par 3 here. Pretty straight away, not like the other ones, not super downhill, not a whole lot of trouble. Just a good straight shot. All right, I fell out of that one pretty good, but I actually hit it amazingly. It was a nice little high cut. I think it landed left of the pin, maybe a little short, but we definitely got a good putt at it. So I was definitely mid-swing there. It's one of those ones where you kind of feel yourself off balance and you're like, uh-oh. But worked out really well, actually. Holy crap. That one actually landed a little long of the flag, which is rare for me. Usually my miss is short. So, I mean, I wouldn't call this a miss. I'm very happy with it. So, I mean, maybe we roll in another absolutely incredible birdie, but at the very least, let's try to get a nice par in here. Do it. If I would have made 2 birdies in a row there, I mean, I would have actually screamed on that one. All right, another little finicky par 4 here, just being that, you know, you kind of have to play this smartly. You can't go for the green on it. You kind of have to aim a little bit right and give yourself a straight approach shot in. So we're just trying to go right of that stump, probably fade one off that stump up there. There's a lady back there walking her dog behind me. There's like a path, and she just like, I noticed because I heard the jingle of the dog after I finished talking to you guys right before that shot, and I looked at her and she was just staring right at me. She just stopped there with her dog. She didn't wave, didn't do anything. She was staring at me and then proceeded to stand there and just stare at me and watch me hit my tee shot, which is like fine because I know I got you guys watching, so it didn't really do anything. But it's just, I mean, come on, lady. Come on, lady. A fog over the mountains in the back there. That's pretty neat. All right, so we got about a full 60 degree into this green here, about 90-ish yards to the pin. It's obviously tempting you to play real tight to it, but you kind of have to because the green really slopes away to the left. So I kind of have to go right at the pin, even though we got the bunkers covering it on the right if you miss right. But I mean, this is just got to pull your pants up and hit a good one here. I don't know why I said pants. I think the saying is socks, but whatever. Oh, go. Right at it. Go in. Oh, that had a lot of spin on it. That checked behind the hole and ripped, and I thought that was ripping in. I think it's probably like 3 or 4 feet behind, but from that angle there, it looked good. All right, as is almost always the case, it definitely was not as incredible up close as it was back there. We got like 5 feet down the hill, side breaker again, but I mean, we just putted one of these in, so let's see if we can do it again. The fact that I don't think I maybe had 1 birdie putt on the front. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we had 1 birdie putt on the front, and I think every single hole on the back we've had a birdie putt, I think, and like 2 of them have scared the hole now. One's gone in. Shortest par 3 of the day here, a little bit downhill. We only have about 125 to the front, like adjusted. So we're just gonna hit a little pitching wedge. It's cold, so it might not go that far, but you really don't want to be long in this hole because there's a tiered system to this green, like every green of this course. And if you're over it, it's a really, really tough putt up. So we're just playing ideally right at the flag, but a little short. That thing just landed on the back of the green. 153 to the back. I hit pitching wedge. In the summer, my pitching wedge goes like 125. I know it's downhill, but like, what? I don't know how that just happened. All right, well, we did exactly what we didn't want to do. As you can see, there's a bit of a ski slope toboggan hill in the center of this green. It's always hard to make these things evident on camera, but it is very downhill, and we're all the way back there. So we got a long putt in here. Realistic look at par here. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I was thinking about on that putt was speed getting it up this hill, and we did a pretty good job of that. Line was off, but that's fine. Downhill slider for par, but it's only like 3.5, 4 feet, so let's see. You're definitely not going to make every downhill slider like that, especially at my level. It is what it is. We sailed it somehow. I thought I had the right club. Ended up sailing 30 yards, well, not yards, but like probably 30, 40 feet long. Massive putt. That second putt was great. It's okay. We're still even par on the back 9 now. We gave back that birdie, but we're playing well. We're feeling good. Got a par 5 coming up here. A tricky one, but much more gettable than the last. So hopefully we can do something with it. And I actually forgot to mention it, but the last 2 holes on this course are back-to-back par 5s, and one of them is extremely gettable. Like every time I play it, I forget it's par 5. I think it's par 4 because it's only like 400 and maybe 45 yards or 50 yards or something like that. Like extremely gettable, especially for me, where most par 5s aren't gettable. So extremely gettable. So just stay tuned. I'm bullish, man. I said it on the 9th green that I was like, let's try maybe for an even par, maybe to break 80. We're feeling good. We're feeling good. Just gonna try to keep putting good solid strokes on it. Definitely feeling cheery and confident. The weather is making me feel good. And I mean, honestly, the fact that I just love doing this, that's also making me feel good. So let's go. All right, another decently inviting looking par 5 here. We got a little dog leg to the left to start, but then it cuts back to the right after a creek. So you're basically hitting your drive just short of the creek, and then you're gonna have a layup or long approach shot if you want it. I never take it. Going over the creek and then just basically up into the hill. One, but nice little high draw off this tee would be mint again. All right, that was just like, you can see where I hit that, I think. Right there. Like I almost missed the face. Low cut, pretty much went just as hot. Worked out. All right, so we ended up position A in the fairway here. So like I said, you basically have a creek to cover. It's a blind shot around these trees to the green, and honestly, we are 265 from the front uphill, so not even a possibility. So we're just taking the high road. We're basically gonna go as far as we can straight. I don't think we have to worry about running out with those trees. And then we should have like a flip wedge in. Also, you probably can't see it. I'm not gonna zoom in on them because that's rude, but there is a group of about 4 elderly gentlemen in front of me who are walking with push carts. They just let the single that was ahead of me through, and so I think they'll probably let us through on the next one. But oh my goodness, this I don't walk this course. I'm 27 years old. I work out every single day, and I have my whole life. I'm in great shape. I don't walk this course because it makes the golf so unenjoyable because it's a mountain. You're just hiking the whole time. These guys are walking, not fast though. I feel bad for these guys. I don't know if it's their first time or what, but they're hurting right now. All right, let's hit a golf shot. All right, looks like we got about 96 yards in here. Uphill big time, but I don't know. I've been connecting well today. I don't know if maybe my ball striking's gotten better, but I feel like the last couple of times I've had some irons fly a little longer than I expected. So I think we might play this one just center of the green, flags at the back. So just try to get one on. While we're waiting for these gentlemen to get off the green, another little bit of scenery with Nate. Wow. Oh, Not great. Good number, just pulled. These green complexes definitely get you. Good first few shots, but these green complexes will get you. Like I said, so many of these kind of long multi-tiered roller coasters. Really not something I'm super comfortable putting on, but it's okay. One over on this one.
Nice shot. I can see it. I'm following it.
Might be a little big. I think it's the fact that I play on camera so much. People watching me really doesn't bother me. I had all 4 of those guys staring at me, watching me. And, I mean, we sailed it really long. Once again, I don't know what's going on. I thought I hit an appropriate number, and we're 25 yards past the pin. But anyway, they're letting us play through, so I'm not going to talk through the putt too much. I'm just going to go up, hopefully hit a 2-putt. But it's a long one, so all right, as much as I'd love to blame the feeling we all know so well of a group lets you play through and then watches you do everything and you're like trying to rush for them, as much as I'd love to blame that bogey on that, really it's the fact that I sailed it another like 25 yards past the pin. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because we've been playing in colder weather and it's warmed up. It's like probably 7 degrees today above freezing, and the last couple of times it's been like 1 or 2. So maybe that's it, but anyway, whatever. Wash it clean. This is that nice attackable par 5. Then we got another par 5 after, so let's hit a good drive. Definitely a real towering draw there, but almost a little too much. It's totally fine. It's like center of the fairway, but just a little bit longer of an approach shot in than we'd like, but I think it should still be attackable. All right, we're gonna walk through this one together here, folks. We did not get as much out of that drive as we had hoped. Obviously, we were looking for, maybe like 175 or something in. We have from here 188 to the front. It's just, and so there's water left. There's a sand trap short. Right is kind of fine, but long is also dead. I don't really have to worry about long here. But left and short is trouble. It'd be very easy for me to just hit a pitching wedge to the right, lay up, but within 200 yards on a par 5, I really do feel like I want to go for this. And like, we have a good round going, but it's not like I'm like shooting my best round ever, so I'm not going to be overly stressed about it. I think we're probably just going to hit the hybrid or the 2-iron, kind of center of the greenish, maybe try to run one up a little bit. The thing breaking my brain is that the clubs have been going a little further so far today than they have been in recent. So I don't know. We're gonna go 4-iron here, sorry. And I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, we definitely missed right, but we missed on the appropriate side because it all just slopes back down. So I think we're probably about pin high, and we'll just have like a side hill chip. Really, I mean, worked out. That is probably, without a doubt, the weakest part of my game is like the long iron approach shots where you have to be pretty accurate. Like, I can hit them well when I'm going for a fairway, but when I'm going to a green, I don't know whether it's mental or what, but I typically have a hard time keeping them in a good spot. But anyway, so definitely not the worst leave ever here. Basically, like I said, pin high on the slope. Everything here was just a massive hill, so it ended up in an okay spot. But we're just gonna try to chip this one on and give ourselves, I would love a birdie putt. Go in. Counteract that whole, long iron's not being good. Definitely the best part of my game, I think, is probably my short game, like kind of around the greens and inside 100 yards. So for me, kind of that like law of averages that they've been talking about. I mean, not at all am I about to compare myself to a tour player here, but on tour, they talk all the time now about how distance is king because, the further up you have it statistically, the lower score you're going to make versus laying up to a number. And I don't have a super comfortable number. I like getting in tight, and I like kind of being able to play around the greens a little bit. So I don't know. I think realistically, this is probably a tighter birdie attempt than it would have had with a, 100 yard shot in if I would have laid up. So another case of the lady standing here watching me. I'm zooming in on her. She's staring me right in the eye that whole putt. And after I got it in and fist pumped, she's staring right at me. But I mean, come on, folks. 2 decently long, well, 1 really long, and then that was kind of a normal length. But birdie putts on the back, come on. I think that takes us back to 1 over on the back. Altogether, I think we're at 2 birdies, 3 bogeys. So par 5 up here. This one, I mean, again, this one is probably the most uphill par 5 or hole in the entire course. And basically all of them have been uphill. So I'm not going to go so far as to say we're going to make a birdie here, but I would love to par it out, because I think if we par it out, can't do the math right now, but I think we'd be under 80, which was the goal I set and would be my record on this course, which would be sweet. And I'm sure it's not going to be too evident on camera, but that's the ski slope mogul uphill we're facing at the end of this one. But as you can see, there's a creek right there that from here is about 265, so, and about 295 to cover, I think. So it takes driver out of the equation for me, unfortunately. So we're going to be hitting a little hybrid, hopefully right up the middle. I mean, it's right up against the creek. Wow. Did I just hit that thing 265? I was about to say I got a hold of that better than I've gotten a hold of anything today. But I'm literally, you'll see, I am on the edge of the creek. On the right side, a little shorter, but that might have been, it's downhill, non-adjusted 255, but adjusted, I mean, 245, 235, which is not how far I hit this thing normally. Okay, so a little further than we thought. There's the ball. There's the creek, but it looks scary from back there. I think we're just gonna hit 4-iron again. We're just gonna try to cut it a little bit around this tree here. Start it a little bit left, cut it back a little bit right. If it goes straight, as long as it doesn't end up in that bunker, we're okay. And we should have a flip wedge in, but this approach shot, the next one into the green is tough. Okay, here we are. Here is, yeah, where's the flag? I don't know. That's, the green's up there somewhere. But here's one more look at the, oh baby, not bad. Okay, so the pin did the adult thing, ran up a hill to look at the green, because, you know, I'm an adult. Little right of the Canada flag there, hanging kind of at the clubhouse. We're just gonna try to hit one. It says it's about 65 yards to the back, but this always plays so uphill, and the pin is like tucked not only in the back, but like over to the right a little bit. So, I don't know, smooth one, hopefully. We're gonna be on. I think it might be a little short. I think I got under that one a little too much, but we'll see. Okay, never mind. Walking from the cart, never mind. We got it on the right tier, which I don't know if has ever happened for me on the screen. And we have a legitimate look at birdie here. If we could drain another one. Come on, baby. Leaving that last birdie putt short on the perfect line to shoot an even par back 9. That hurts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was a fun round to get on film because it was very up and down. Like, I had a 6 over front 9, which honestly was expected. Like, again, this is the hardest course I've ever played. I always shoot in the 80s when I play this course. My record on this course, I'm pretty sure, is an 81 before today. So we were kind of on pace for that, and I was kind of feeling like a little bit down about myself, but I also know that, like, I want to document this full journey for you guys. Like, I obviously want to get as good as I can at this game, and I do think that, you know, I have a bit of ability with this, and I like learning, I like getting better, and I think a huge part of that is shooting higher scores and learning how to bounce back. And I think we did a good job of that today, because we went out back 9. I'm gonna have to check the game tape, because I can't remember if we, or I couldn't figure out if we were 2 over or 1 over on the back. But either way, we broke 80. We shot either a 78 or a 79. Obviously, final score you will have seen on the screen. But yeah, and that's super awesome. And that makes me really, really happy, because, you know, it's not my best score ever, obviously. But number one, anytime I shoot in the 70s, especially at a challenging course, I'm happy. And number two, how I came back from that, you know, front 9. And again, admittedly, the front 9 is harder, I think, than the back 9. But still, just being able to check myself back in. I hit a complete hosel rocket shank on 9 from 80 yards out. It would have been very easy, I think, for me to pack it in mentally, but to bring it back in, to shoot what I shot on the back, like almost shooting even par, like I was good, made a couple birdies, like very, very happy with that. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.